Hey everybody, we are actually in the eye wall of a slightly stronger Ada. It is unbelievable. Whipping here.
This old job is always causing stress.
I'm tucking the truck here.
All I ever do is work. I don't get no rest.
Man, I got some video
First
footage.
night is on the way.
Crazy. Let me see if I can get outside.
Down in trouble waters.
You just wouldn't believe how much rock in the truck is. Oh shit.
Oh, me drunk donkey IPA. Let that magic mango chase my blues away.
We're in the eye of Ada here in Key Largo.
Among my friends.
Tremendous amount
I swear the page goes live again.
coming in. Currently, I'm semi-protected here by my truck, so no worries. But semi-protected. I don't want to get the camera wet, but man, the trees beside me are completely sideways. I'm not sure what the gusts are, but definitely this is the tropical storm. I think we're seeing a little higher gusts. I got the back turned right now and trying to keep the camera from getting wet. We're in Key Largo. We're in the eye of Ada.
What's up, everybody? Good morning. It's almost the weekend. Someone just said almost the weekend. It is. It's Thursday. Emily from Trinidad. Holy moly. You get the longest good morning award. Oh my goodness. Well, little Hunter's on my lap. He was the first dog today. Hey, like that tune. That's a good one. My boy Andy Simmons said he's working on another new one. Something to do with the Storm Chaser. This ought to be good. All right, so good morning, crew. This is our Daily Brew. This is Hunter. I'm his assistant, Mike. Coming to you live from Oldsmar, Florida, just outside of Tampa Bay. Junior, I don't know if I got that on my personal page. You might have to send it via email, buddy. Sorry. My messages are all messed up. Good morning, Victor and Michelle from Vero Beach. Sue from Ellington. How's that mall down there? Is it still busy? Joe from Ground Zero, Fort Myers. Holy moly. Hopefully things are getting a little better down there. Morning from Jacksonville. Dan, get a little rain this morning, right? Hopefully, Corrine wants a cold Halloween. That would be great. Nothing like putting a fire pit when it's 85 degrees out. I always put a fire pit out in Halloween, even if it's 80 degrees out. We all might sit 20 feet away. We're that crazy family that sits around a fire pit when it's 85 degrees out. So we got YouTube rocking and rolling. Good morning, Bobby. Good morning, Lillian Gonzalez. Good morning, Mr. Ferguson down in the Cayman. Mikey, I know I'm going to talk about all that, buddy. Oh, my goodness. Louisiana needing some rain. Well, it's coming Sunday. Corey Ann from Key West. Going to be a little rainy down there till tomorrow. We have a midnight launch coming, Corrine, I saw. What's up, Port Charlotte? What's up, Eric? 50s are coming. Give it a rest. Richard. Hey, there's still weather to talk about, buddy. If I don't, someone else will. I love talking about the weather. Right, Hunter? Yeah. All right. All right, so this is your Daily Brew. We talk about the weather. Not official, of course. This is my little weather blogging site. Did a quickie little YouTube video this morning. I try to do those every day now. So if you like little short 5, 6, 7 minute videos, make sure you go over to YouTube and subscribe over there. That way you get notified when I do a video. But we're going to talk today for a little shorter today. Got share some news with you. Good news, bad news. So yeah, Shelly's tired. Well, guess what? I'll be leaving. You can go take a nap, Shelly. Shelly's got a lot of stuff cooking over there in the other coast. So anyway, our Daily Brew. I love our little Daily Brew sessions. I really like them in the March, April time frame. You know, we go all year long. We talk about winter. I love chasing winter, talking winter. So it's a year-long gig. We'll be here all winter long for sure. And big thanks to our friends at ABC Fine Wine and Spirits for sponsoring for another year and being big supporters of our site. Giving me wisdom. My man Sean. I text Sean all day. He's like, what the heck's Mike up to now? What is he in trouble again? But big thanks to ABC. I'm gonna maybe we'll swing by and see a couple of them. I'm heading down to Fort Myers today. So real quick story here. Then we're gonna get into weather. I promise. Show you a picture here. This picture here is my good buddy Jason, a big tall guy, Jason Bostow. And this little girl is Emily. This is in 2012. You all know that I share a ton of softball pictures, right? And you all have followed Emily's softball journey here on our page. But this was Emily's first year of softball back 2012. Jason was her coach. Well, Jason has remained a friend, and he has done a lot with the recovery efforts with Ian. He's been down there a bunch. Well, he got a hold of our good friends at Furman Generators, and he's got 14 generators that he is taking down to the Pine Island area today. And he's also got a lot of other supplies, gas, cots. He sent me pictures. So anyway, I'm heading down there with Jason. Ring Them Bells is his church. He's starting up here in Oldsmar. So I really applaud him for doing that. That's what we're doing today. We're heading out to head south. And I don't know what today's going to bring. I don't know who we're going to meet. He's got a couple folks already lined up that he is delivering these generators to that need them very badly. One couple borrowed one, but they're losing it today. So it's perfect timing. So yeah, that, I posted it last night. Got the typical trolls. I mentioned media. The reason I mentioned media, I think it's an amazing story what he's doing on his own pretty much. And then the help from Furman getting those together for him so he and his church can get those down here quick. And also just our story of, crossing paths again and helping folks out. So the media thing had nothing to do with me, man. People thought that, you're only doing it for me down there. I got so pissed. I texted Shelly last night. I'm like, oh my God, what did I get myself into again? So there was no ill intention on mentioning the media. Trust me, it was about awareness. And I'm telling you, the biggest thing I've ever heard from hurricanes, from Michael, especially in Harvey and Florence, is after a week, the media usually leaves, right? And people are still down there dealing with devastation. And the number one complaint I've heard from so many people is that they hate the fact that there's no more awareness being brought to the national spotlight, that their areas are still under, rebuilding stages. And so, that was the whole point of it. Just bring us some awareness that, hey, people are still recovery mode down there, and it's not all perfect yet, even though the state of Florida is doing an amazing job. I believe, amazing job. So hats off to everybody that's been involved with this Ian recovery so far. It's been nothing short of a miracle, really, if you think about it. So hats off. So anyway, we're going down there tonight and today, and we will see what goes. So I'll be streaming some live. I'm hoping to do some Facebook Lives again. This will be the 4th time down that I've been down there. So I'm really curious, what we're going to see and who we're going to meet. So there you go. That's the plan, man. So that's what we're doing. Riding down in a big old truck, convoy style, because I don't have any wheels. So here's the weather synopsis, real quick, short and sweet. Carl hit a roadblock, right? We talked about this. So big old jet stream up here blocking any path, and he's now heading south and southbound and down. And luckily, there's been a lot of wind shear. It hasn't really been able to strengthen. It's been bouncing around from 50 to 60 mile an hour winds. Still no warnings up because it's still 2 days out. Technically, they don't issue warnings out until 36 hours out, I believe it is. So that's why we only have watches up. But they're going to get a lot of rainfall. It'll be more of a rain story for sure. Here's what it looks like. So another thing I want to touch on. Yesterday, we had a lot of this convection in the Gulf, and it kind of fizzled overnight. So props to the SPC, Storm Prediction Center. They didn't show a lot of storm action. The models kind of were confused with all that convection. I was confused with that convection. I was expecting a little more storms this morning when people woke up. But hey, that's good news, man. We had so many people worried about it because a lot of them haven't even been able to tarp. So there was a miracle last night. We had this big old blob of rain in the Gulf, and it fizzled before it reached the coast. So there is some right now hitting some folks, but not as much as it appeared we were going to get this morning. So many were spared some heavy rainfall this morning. But we are getting some storms popping up again as daytime heating comes through. So we'll see what happens. Keep an eye on your radar. Radar is your best friend today. But we do have a heavy line. We'll go into it. But here's Carl. This is spinning down there. And, you know, we could get a last-minute blow-up down there as it heads south. Some of the models are predicting it to get a little, you know, once it gets a little south of that shear, a brief little window of opportunity before it makes landfall. But as far as individual models go, I'm not even sure where we're at on what they're predicting. This is tropicaltidbits.com. Let's take a look at the latest Euro. It's showing a 1,005 Canadian model, showing 1,003, 1,004 maybe. Icon showing 1,005. So no real models are showing any sort of, even the H-Wharf. So I don't think this thing's got a shot to be anything more than a strong tropical storm if you're down that neck of the woods. That's good news. We also got this little thing popped up. This is out there in the Atlantic. There's a wave south of the Cape Verde Islands, and this one's already pointing northwest a little bit. Good morning, Sherry Brown. There was flooding again. Oh, Jennifer, I didn't know that. What's up, Mike Soul? Hope you're doing well down there, buddy. Lillian, I don't know. I'm sure he takes them with his church. But Trevor, I'm not sure. Like to meet up with you. We'll hopefully be there around, noonish, 1ish maybe. Good morning there, Bob. Tiffany, I've heard that story of Steve Honk. I've heard that story. As a matter of fact, when I was down there one time, the EOC was there, and he was the EOC officer that I was talking to, was managing the bridge entrance, and he told me the whole story about how that happened, and that was really goosebumps. How pretty much they took the bull by the horn, and the state said, "Go for it," basically, and they got her done. They get her done. They get her done here in Florida. Joe. Oh, there you go, buddy. There's thank you, Joe Velderman. But there's still a lot of folks down there, I heard. So, unfortunately, it's going to be a while for lots. Still some as they rebuild the whole network down there. Penny's Page, I agree. It just sucks sometimes. They get to you. You get defensive. Hey, Bobby, yep, you're right about Florence. Or Hugo. Yeah. Jeffrey said there's still recovery from Florence. That's a lot of years. Andrew, the truck, it's sitting there. Trying to find a good used engine. That's the only route that I got right now. So we're trying to find a good one. Still hoping Chevy finds me something. All right, so this little guy, Here's the deal. Most of the models are showing a fizzling out. It's at 20%. There is a lot of dusty, dry air out in the Atlantic. A couple of the models did show that it kind of hung on a little bit. Maybe, it was a little bit of seed. So, never write anything off, in the Caribbean if this thing makes it over this way. But, as far as the modeling goes, we'll show you the latest Euros. And this little clump right here is pretty much it. Not really showing much at all. Now, not to say that it can't happen. It's just right now there's not a lot of models that suggest it's going to do anything. And in fact, if we go back to Tropical Tidbits, and let's take a look at the main model runs here, we can take a look at anything that might pop up, and there's just nothing. There's our little low, but really hard to even make out. Sometimes you see them better by looking at your vorticity spin a little bit. You can kind of pick it up. Here's your spinach. This is on Monday of this week, actually 17th. So it kind of keeps it going, but doesn't really do anything. And there's going to be so many fronts this time of year that the farther north this thing goes, the likelihood of it getting sucked up north is high. So Canadian model shows good spinach. This is Sunday, Monday. It's showing a little window that this thing could try to spin. Goes northwest. And, just kind of fizzles out. So, yeah, watching it. Nothing to worry about right now. So that's good news. The other models that we use a lot to start sniffing out tropical percentages, chances, are this little guy, and there's a little bit of sign here that maybe that first wave could do something, but just really no hot spots right now to watch. This little wave here is ahead of the one that the NHC marked, and you can kind of see it a little bit. This juicy spot right here. So this is the NHC spot. This is a little something, but everything's fizzling out the time it gets to the Caribbean. We still have a lot of dusty, dry air here, and this is your dry, dusty air map, and there's a lot still out here in the Atlantic. So typically, any wave that makes it into the Caribbean. And this is a cool map. You can watch Julia. Julia came across Central America here. You can follow it along, and a piece of it broke off, went up into the bay, and now it's coming back south. So that's been fascinating to watch Julia break off into two pieces, with a little bit down in the Pacific and a little bit up here in the Gulf, and now it's coming back south again. So the steering currents, we have a big high-pressure system over to the west of Carl, and those are bringing in the winds to help steer our system back south again. So the steering currents are winning that battle, showing Carl goes south. And here it is. Strong signature here of this high pressure system and the winds, upper level winds, pushing Carl back south. So that's why Carl is heading back to Mexico. So again, Julia did break into two pieces. That's right, Bobby. Crazy. Two vorticities. It actually, for a brief second, it was like a kind of remembered in videos in school, like, when a cell splits in half. It kind of was a big cell, and then it split in half, and piece went up into the bay, and a little bit's down in the Pacific. And I don't even know if we have anything in the Pacific yet from that or not. We did. There it is. There's old Julia at 0%. So it didn't make it. The northern part of Julia survived into Carl. Julia turned into Carl, and the other part of Julia didn't. So Julia didn't make 2.0. Good morning from Navarre. I know where that's at. Good morning, town and country. Know where that's at. Peanut Bar and Grill in New Smyrna. Is that a bar? Peanuts. Oh, Peanuts. What's up, Richard Sanford? Dave Waters. Yeah, I heard. Is it an 18 model around that? Because they got lifter issues. That's the only thing that scares me about it. But I'm also worried that rebuilding it, there's going to be a lot of parts that are on back order right now too. It's not, you run into a lot of problems when there's back order parts. Mike's got 25-30 gallons of gas. Holy moly, I don't know what to do with it. People with generators definitely need it. What's up, Courtney from Kingsland, Georgia? I know that. I know where that's at. I got a buddy who lives up there, Troy Meredith. Florida, working with FEMA. Oh my goodness, Keisha, how about that? Hopefully we get on the bridge or the island. I'm. By the way, this is all Jason's doing. We're just friends. He's been asking me to go down there with him, and timing worked out perfect today. So, not trying to take away any of his hard work, that's for sure. But anything I can do to help, we're going to definitely help today. And it'll be nice to meet up with some fans again and locals down there. We have a lot of folks that are part of our page. And, seeing this stuff keeps it real for me because I'll be honest with you. I mean, even when Michael hit, I was tracking Michael. And I can say that I didn't know. I mean, I didn't know the destruction that could be, that could happen because I never saw it firsthand, So I just, it's, until you see it firsthand and see the stories from people, you can't cover it correctly, or spread what you need to say, not really knowing. But man, yeah, it's been a huge eye opener the last few storms. Seeing the aftermath and listening to what people have lived through for months to years after, I can't imagine. I mean, I selfishly complain now when I have to do something outside, and I tell all my neighbors this. I'm like, listen, I'm whining about pruning a tree, and these poor folks down there are putting their whole life on the street corner to be picked up. I mean, and that's not being dramatic, people. There's hundreds, thousands of homes with people's lives just piled up, I mean, just think about that. Until you've lived it, I can't even imagine having to start over again. So anyway, that's what we're doing. So let's talk about the cold front. Cold front. So here's the current radar. What was that? Something just made a weird noise. Here's the cold front. There it is. Still kind of juicy out there now. There are rains developing. Damn. Is that live? It is live. Jeez, so the radar was right. Well, anyway. So there are rains coming down south. Sorry. That happened quick. So there are some incoming rains. Oh, bummer, man. That's live. Wow. All right, so there's the current radar, and we got, a lot of action out there across the Carolinas early this morning. Look how accurate that HRR was. I thought it was way wrong, but it really wasn't. Look at this. Let me show you. So I posted it late last night because it was pretty convincing that this was going to happen, and it did. It looks like here's the radar for 10 a.m. I posted this last night at 6 p.m. So this is your 10 a.m. radar estimate for this morning. Look at that. So there was an estimated radar, and here it is now. I mean, it's almost exact. Look at rain. So anyway, frontal rains continue. We have this pushing through. So the good news is tomorrow Friday, only rains left will be down here. We do have rains for the northeast we got to worry about tomorrow. Storms today we got to worry about. They're talking about possible tornadoes today here, pretty much Virginia northward. There is a tornado, slight little 2% area, so we could see some tornadic cells today. And down in South Texas still, too. Look at that. I didn't even see that. That's more wind, not tornadoes. But still, 2 areas. That's our lingering front tomorrow. Almost nothing. A little bit of leftovers down in South Florida. So that's good. So we're going to have nice weekend. Let's show you that. Rainfall. More cold weather on the way. I got to show you real quick. We have, let's see here. What can we look at? It's pretty cool. I guess the rainfall map's always good to look at. QPF page. All right, so here's your rainfall today. Start using this map a little bit more here. So here's the rain today, obviously, peninsula and then the northeast. Tomorrow, look, almost everything's gone tomorrow except for the upper northeast Maine, basically. So tomorrow, big dry air. I'm going to show you that. It's amazing how we're going to have low 20%, 30% humidities, 10% humidities through the whole, everybody, tomorrow. So you'll feel it. Even 80 will feel cool, if that's even possible. But then on Saturday, here's Saturday. We're starting to see our next front start to come in already. But Saturday's awesome day for most everybody. South Florida. We never talk about South Florida with cold fronts. And then Sunday, maybe Sunday for you guys. The front might push far enough away to South Florida that you get a nice day. So at least pretty much everybody southeast, including the Carolinas, will have an amazing weekend. A little bit of rain chances, Louisiana into Texas on Sunday, because that's our next front. Now this front is bringing in some cold air. Very cold air. Coldest air of the season. Let me show you the humidity map real quick, though, with the tropical tidbits here. This is pretty cool. We can look at the humidity values. And look at this. So tomorrow, here's tomorrow morning. So that dark brown just basically means dry skies, low humidity, feels like fall. Tomorrow morning, Friday morning, 10%, 20% humidity levels. A little bit in South Florida, like I said. But this sticks around. Saturday, look at that. Unbelievable. And Sunday. There's a lot of... Lady of Lords has a fall festival Saturday night here in Dunedin. Beautiful weather. So, yeah, it's great. Here's that front coming in on Sunday. Juicy. And it comes in good. Now, the temperatures... Let's just leave it right here on tropical tidbits. Temperature-wise, here's Tuesday. Look at that. This is Wednesday morning. Holy cow. So we got 20s all the way down into northern Georgia, Alabama, Mississippi, across Tennessee. So Wednesday, that cold front is bad cold. That's like bone chilling for me. Ed, Ed has a great question. Do I subscribe to the idea that the first cold front makes it to Florida, shuts down hurricane season? It pretty much shuts it down for everybody but Florida. If we were to get anything, likelihood down the Caribbean that pulled north would turn northeast fast. So yeah, cold front's definitely, and every cold front that comes down cools off the Gulf a little more. So, you know, we're still worried about the Caribbean. You know, still 2-3 weeks left maybe, because that Caribbean's still packing some warm water. And we still have some tropical waves coming across. So I'm not saying it's 100% over, but cold fronts usually mean the end is near. So, but they also mean Florida needs to be on alert because the cold fronts curve systems northeast. But here's Wednesday. It doesn't really reach too far south, but we could get some deeper 50s down into even down in the Fort Myers area. Maybe this secondary cold front, middle of next week. You know, it always takes 1 to push through, and then another, and well, the one next week could get some low 40s, 30s in the Panhandle next week. Midweek, 30s showing up, maybe Pensacola. And then, we'll see how far down the 50s go. And that's it. Precipitation, I don't think any snowfall's showing yet. Oh, we could, a little tease there. Tease. Upper elevation snow here, Sunday the 23rd. That's 10 days from now. It's a long way away. But it won't be long before we start seeing hints of it on the models. Well, you never know. There's a Canadian model. This is next Wednesday, showing a little snow maybe in the upper elevations. This is next week. Interesting, right? Never know. Big old sign there. Let's take a look on some blended models here. Take a look at Midwest, Mid-Atlantic. Good enough right there. Yep, we can see everything there. Snowfall. Let's take a look. Yeah, you never know. This is a hard map to read, but we are showing possibility next week, midweek. We could have some touching the upper elevations here of Carolina. Maybe. Might be the first snow of the season for the Smokies, maybe. Interesting, right? I don't like that map, though. It's so hard to see. Let's do, I don't think we can do just in this. But anyway, hey, you never know. Midweek. It's going to be cold. There's going to be moisture. That 540 line, which is so popular in the wintertime, is your freeze line. It's just a matter of if there's any moisture left over. That's the problem. Sometimes the models sniff out, but there's no moisture in the air. It's pretty hard to snow when there's no moisture in the air. So, we'll see. Anyway, what else we got we can talk about real quick before I roll out of here? What do you think, Bobby? Think it'll snow next week? Karen, good morning. What you going to get, Georgia? You can get some rain today. Be cold this weekend. 40s and 50s maybe. 50s for sure. Oh, Richards and Gatlinburg. That's fun. We always eat at Forrest Gump's, even though they're everywhere. Of course, pancakes. Got to have pancakes when you go to Gatlinburg. I don't know why. People stand in line for hours to eat pancakes. I'm like, what the hell? What the hell, man? Got my fire pit coming. I don't know if you saw that. Posted that a little bit ago. Fire pit's on the way. It'll be here today. There's my fire pit. Old school. Gonna be here tonight. So, can't wait for that. Talk about waves. There are tropical waves out here still. This is doesn't mean anything. Don't get worried when you read tropical waves. They're just little bumps in the coming across. But, you just never know. As long as we keep getting these waves, we'll just keep a watch on them. Anything that brews down the Caribbean. Good thing is the models aren't showing anything. And really, like with Ian, models weren't showing anything either, but we saw that convection. The convection stayed alive. And with Ian, we saw that convection. So you kind of just watch in real time anymore this time of year. We know there's a wave, but a lot of shear down there. Still a little worried about that MJO cycle helping keep things going. There's your winds. A little pocket of light winds here, but this MJO's phase, nothing to worry about. It's just one sign that we could have a little more favorable environment here as we end October. So doesn't mean we will, just means that it's getting into a conductive phase towards the end of the month. So we got about 2 weeks holding our breath. But the next week looks good. So So anyway, bring on the brisk mornings. That's right. It's awesome. Oh, Eric, thanks. Well, yeah, I've had chimneas and stuff. I love chimneas. The problem with my chimnea ones, A, it rusted out. B, you can only put wood in it like this big, and I would get these big pieces of wood, and I'd be like, ah. So I'm back to the old fire pit. And the reason I got a one like that is because we put it out in the front driveway. We're those people. We have an amazing backyard on a little lake, and we sit out front because it's closer to the beer fridge. The neighbors can come by, and there's no alligators. So, anyway. So yeah, how's everybody doing? Gotta love Gatlinburg. My favorite place in the whole world is Margaritaville in Gatlinburg. I just cannot wait to get up there again. Now we got a little wisdom over there on YouTube. Well, anyway, cold winter for the Northeast. It does feel weird. These cold fronts this season have been pushing south, all summer long. So yeah, I'm with you. I think we might have a cold. They did just release though the winter outlook as far as. Hey, look at that! Our hurricane hunters heading out. What's up, everybody? Woohoo! So there was a long range. Look at that. Is that my Bobby Storm? And I thought it was windy. High school sports is back. I follow a few of the local sports guys are really good. Well, I don't know where it was at. Anyway, I think it said it was a little warmer than average, maybe. I don't buy into those at all, man. I don't buy any of those long range forecasts. And like we talked about with the hurricane season, every start of every hurricane season, right? It only takes one. Everybody worries about how many named storms we're going to get. But if all of them are in the Atlantic and they don't hit anybody, who cares how many named storms we have? It only takes one. I mean, it doesn't. It means more now this year than ever. It only takes one, right? It only took one this season to make a season. Ian. Only takes one. Pumpkin spice. 5 o'clock everywhere. Jose, that's right, buddy. Beer soon. All right, so that's it. We're heading south. My buddy Jason, Ring Them Bells Church here that he's got going on. So big props to them. Thanks to Furman for helping them out and getting those generators. We'll be heading south, and I don't know where we're going, who we're going to see. I'm basically ride along. He's my Uber driver. But I will be doing some videos, so stay tuned to the page today. I'll be streaming live, kind of showing everybody what's going on down there, and hopefully give a little different perspective. What we see, and then we'll be back live tomorrow, which is good. And we'll see what the weather brings. But today didn't really look that bad. We're just keeping an eye on the sky down south. We do have some rain brewing in off of the Gulf of Mexico, unfortunately. Here's radar. Let's see what it looks like as it pops open. Looks like the daytime heating definitely juicing. Oh, man, it definitely juicing things up. Jeez. Radar was right. So there you go. That's unfortunately some of the areas that were hit hard from Ian. We did show this yesterday. Hopefully some folks were able to get their roofs tarped that might not have yet. There are some rain showers on the way. So, hey, Mark. We all are, Mark. Everybody's a great big weather family for sure. Bobo, what do I drink? Well, my local Chili's has been out of Jack Daniels for almost a week now. What's up with that? Tires full of nails, Mark Hall. Jeez, I've been lucky about that. All right. All right, well, that's it, guys. We appreciate you tuning in. Don't forget to check out our cruise. We're running out of time here. Our cabins are filling up quick, and we got our lock is up until, I think, another month at least. But check it out if you want to join us. It's a great family fun week of Monday through Friday. Hit that button if you want to start planning the most amazing getaway with all of us here at Mike's Weather Page and fellow fans. It's a week that you will not forget. All the information's right here on the page. So, all right, we'll see everybody tomorrow, and we'll be here Friday for the Daily Brew. All right, see you.